You know, guys, sometimes it can be hard to believe that everything God says is true. But when I got quiet and started digging around in my Bible, I found a really fun story that helps us see how we can believe God. When God says he'll do something, you can count on him and know that he most definitely will do it. So our story starts with a man named Zechariah. Zechariah was a priest, and his job was to take care of the temple. He was married to a woman named Elizabeth, who was absolutely precious. They loved God a lot, and they loved each other too. Sadly, there was one thing they were missing: a super sweet and precious little baby. Here was the problem. Elizabeth could not have a baby, and she and Zechariah were really old. Wow, that must have been super hard on them. But this story gets good. That's because one day, while Zechariah was serving inside the temple, an angel of the Lord appeared to him. And when he saw the angel, Zechariah was amazed and actually a little bit scared as well. But he had no need to be scared because the angel had some good news. Elizabeth was going to have a baby. This news was so good that Zechariah couldn't even believe his sweet old man ears. Come to think of it, you guys, I can imagine being so in shock that there's an angel right in front of my face that I don't even believe what he's saying. And that's exactly what Zechariah was thinking. But here's where our story kind of takes a turn. The angel said, "I am Gabriel. God sent me to talk to you and tell you this good news. You will not be able to talk until the day these things happen, because you did not believe what I told you. But these things will really happen." Whoa! So there were people waiting for Zechariah outside the temple. He had been inside for a really long time. When he finally walked out, they bombarded him with questions, like so many questions. But just like the angel said, Zechariah couldn't speak. What? I know what you're thinking. Can that be real? Well, it is real. It wasn't long after the angel's visit that Zechariah's wife Elizabeth became pregnant. Hold up. I just want to point out that this is exactly what that angel said would happen. I know! This is one of the coolest stories you've ever heard. Me too, you guys. Me too. Elizabeth could not believe what God had done for her. Before, she had been sad that she couldn't have a baby, but now she was so happy. When it was time for Elizabeth to give birth, she had a boy. Everyone was super happy for her and wanted Elizabeth to name that precious baby Zechariah because that was his dad's name, of course. But Elizabeth just wasn't feeling it, and the people didn't understand why not. Elizabeth was sure that her baby's name was supposed to be John. There was no one in their family named John, so why that name? They asked Zechariah what he thought the baby's name should be, but sadly, he still couldn't talk. So the people brought Zechariah a tablet, and he wrote, "His name is John." What? This was a big shock for every single one of those people. But right then, Zechariah could talk again, and he began singing to God and praising him. In his song, Zechariah prayed a special prayer for his brand new baby boy, John, saying he would prepare the way for the Savior to come. And Zechariah thanked God for the Savior that was coming too. You know, guys, I'm tracking with Zechariah. There's so much going on around us that it can be hard to believe God sometimes. But just like Zechariah, when we see God do exactly what he says he'll do, we'll find ourselves knowing for sure that we can believe God. Hey guys, it's me, Evie. Thanks for joining me out in my favorite, snow. I mean, what's not to love about snow, right? You can make angels in the snow or build snowmen. You can even have snowball fights. And who hasn't had at least one good snowball fight in their life? Look out! Whoops, sorry. Do you guys see this? We're walking in a winter wonderland out here. I know you've seen snow, but have you ever stopped to think about what causes snow to happen in the first place? There's so much more going on here than just a little bit of cold air and frozen water droplets. The air doesn't even need to be that wet to give us impressive amounts of snow. Unlike rain, a bank of fluffy snow contains lots of air that adds to its bulk. That's why what would have been 1 inch of rain in the summer equals about 10 inches of snow in the winter. Wow, you guys, just wow. Now, you may have heard a rumor that no two snowflakes are alike. Well, I did a little research and found out that in 1988, there were 2 snowflakes collected in Wisconsin that were confirmed by a scientist to be twins. Kind of hard to believe, right? Even snowflakes need besties, I guess. And that's not the only thing that's hard to believe about snow. So let me set the stage for you guys on this glorious season. Winter is defined by the Earth's orbit around the sun. So beginning on December 21st or 22nd, depending on where you live, your part of planet Earth has tilted away from the sun, allowing for this gloriously fantastic freezing fun. When you think about it, it's kind of hard to believe that just one little tilt of the Earth can cause all of this. But it's true! During this time, there's even something called a cold snap. That's when temperatures drop from above freezing to below freezing. Basically in the time it takes to snap your fingers. Cool, right? One other thing I learned in my research is about a city in Japan that gets snowfall more than any other. Every year they get an average of 26 feet of snow. You guys, that's like 5 of me stacked on top of each other. Can you even imagine? Pack my bags, Mom! I'm going to Japan! I know, it's pretty hard to believe that just the tiniest little bit of tilting, water, and shift of temperature can cause such a snowy sensation. But I'm here to tell you, that's the way God designed it. When you look at it, it seems almost impossible to believe someone could do all of this. That's because with humans, it totally would be. But we're talking about God here. He made each little tiny detail to work together so we could all stay home from school and build our very own snowman friends. Well, what are you waiting for? Go enjoy a snow day.
I read your word. Open up my heart, I want to worship you. When I get quiet and I read your word, open up my heart, I want to worship you. You're my maker, my father, you're my best friend. And you love me, you hear me, that will never end. I'll seek you, I'll find you, I'll give you my praise, and I will follow you. You're my maker, my father, you're my best friend. And you love me, you hear me, that will never end. I'll seek you, I'll find you, I'll give you my praise, and I will follow you all of my days.